Hey guys, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm just trying to get this lighting right. Well, anyway, this is my review for Basketball Wives season whatever, episode whatever. All that matters is this was a bunch of fooey. I said, come on. We're really doing some of this fillers. I guess I had to keep a little bit positive because the Trayvon Martin tribute was on. So we start things off with Jennifer. Jennifer was, we'll talk about Jennifer. Jennifer is still dealing with her court issues with her ex, Tim from Sweetie Pies. And she really wants us to know that it's really hard on her. And I'm not making a joke of that, making light of that, because I'm sure it is. What I am saying is people don't have sympathy for Jennifer right now because people don't really like Jennifer. So she actually talks to Kristen. And Kristen, of course, likes Jennifer, wants to support Jennifer. And Jennifer appreciates that. She needs that from someone. So Kristen's going to go. She volunteers his tribute because Jennifer throws it out there that, hey, I need to go and have someone to come with me for for my court hearing. And she didn't say it like that, but that's essentially what she meant. And of course, Kristen, being a good old friend, being a nice person, said, yeah, I'll support you, sis. That's my big sis. I'm thinking, got her. Next thing we know, we're at the court hearing and it's not going as planned. It's actually going pretty terribly. And because of that, Kristen is just like, wow, Tim's such a douchebag. I'm thinking, is he that way because he feels like she's lying on him? Or is it really a situation where she's in the right and we just don't know it? It's possible. I mean, it's definitely possible that because of all the stuff that Jen has been through, we don't have sympathy for her, but she's really going through some stuff. And then she goes to a therapist at the end of the episode. The therapist tells her about relationships. This is where you find out that, remember, Jen used to boast about financially what her parents were able to do for her. Well, the reality is that was only part of the situation. Her parents got a divorce, but they were in, I'll say it was a very tumultuous, verbally confusing type of relationship for her because she had to deal with the fact that her dad and her mom argued in front of her. And that's something I will say. That's messed up. And that's hard for any kid to have to deal with. So I understand Jennifer's plight there. And she didn't see a solid, a good relationship between the man and the woman in her own family household, which means that she never, whether it was be a good wife or a good girlfriend, she didn't choose the right guys. Maybe she was attracted to the wrong guys. Maybe her actions weren't right. And this therapist was doing a good job of saying, hey, you didn't have the tools, but you need to learn, because if this is what you really want, you're going to have to do better. And part of that is choosing better. And part of that is being better. So now we're off of Jennifer. Tammy, this starts off actually with Jackie meeting up with Reggie and telling Reggie, hey, you have the ring? Well, they go ring shopping. The ring's really nice. They have the ring. And Jackie met up with Reggie at this farm because Jackie wanted to do some ideas. She's thinking of this grand gesture for Tammy, and Tammy doesn't want to do that. Reggie knows that Tammy doesn't want to do that. Jackie wanted to use the barn animals or one of the animals to bring the ring, and Reggie was like, I don't think she'll like that. Next thing we know, Reggie's talking to Tammy, Lyric and Jazz, and they're in a much better place. But all of them are trying to figure out, so what do you want, Tammy? What do you want? And Tammy isn't really letting them know. What Tammy is doing is Tammy's just kind of saying, oh yeah, I don't want this, I don't want that. And they're all looking at her like, so what do you want? Because we have to figure this out. We have less than time than not. So what's it going to be? What do you want? And Tammy just can't decide. She can't figure it out. So that's when she talks to Jackie and says, you know what? Because Jackie said, oh, so you don't want a big gesture? You don't want a big wedding? She was like, no. So what do you want? She was like, I don't know if I want the wedding. I'm thinking, Tammy, Tammy, now this is exactly what you wanted, but now that it's coming around, you don't want it. Until Tammy clarified, part of my issue is the fact that Reggie up until a certain point wanted to have kids. That feeling doesn't just go away. What happens instead is he says that now because he loves her and wants to make it work and wants to get married. What's to say what will happen when that's not, and when they're married, and who's to say that he won't come back around and say, you know what, I do want kids, but she can't have kids. She had 3 miscarriages, so that was more than enough for her. What do you, and I get it. When she said it like that, I completely understood, and that's when it made me think, oh, I don't know if this is going to work out too well. Let's see. The last person that we'll really focus on is Evelyn, because Evelyn, this is where we find out that her grandfather didn't know that he had grandchildren. I mean, they had grandchildren. No, that he didn't know that he had children, because her grandmother, she got pregnant. It was a one-time fling at a party. She got pregnant, and then, especially like back then, if you're gonna have the baby, a lot of cultures is like, you don't inconvenience the man, you don't do this or do that. It's especially if they're like Catholic. It was just a lot. And so Evelyn didn't go into detail like that, but I wanted to go and bring that up, that was probably the main reason. Now, because of all of that, Evelyn's mom never met her father until recently. The information came out, they did a DNA test, and he's the granddaddy. So now she's happy. She feels like, her family's complete. And of course, Puerto Rican. Now, around this time, the devastation for Hurricane Harvey already occurred, and she's going to go down there with him to do everything she can to help. And so she goes to a school, and the school, I guess the school she went to, or maybe the class that she was with, it was all girls, and she brought them stuff. Because remember, they still, till this day, the island as a whole still doesn't have power. Of course, there's areas where there is power, but not the entire island. So because of that, you have they still need help, and back then it was a lot going on. So I think that's it. For now. Please like, comment, subscribe. If I missed anything, let me know.